Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being so available, and thank Esther for letting that happen. Thank you.
You don't need Esther. We're available.
Yes. So I have a question about our relationship with this matter dimension.
You're the creator of it. That's your relationship.
Okay.
You are the expander of it, the evolver of it, the enjoyer of it, the perceiver of it,
I have a wonderful life, beautiful, incredible experiences. I am awed every day with the experience. But I do have a little thing that keeps running back. And
How does it feel when it does?
very painful.
Then don't go there.
It's physical pain.
But don't go there. In other words, don't turn your attention to the things that are uncomfortable, and they have to go away. Your attention to them is what holds them there. If you've got some resistance and you're not aware of it, don't worry, it will become more acute. And if you're still unaware of it, it will become more, because the vibrations that you're offering are the vibration of your source is calling more to it, and the vibration of where you are is calling more to it. So the tug of war gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So anything that is uncomfortable or unpleasant, take your attention away from it as best you can.
Yeah, in the physical, for some reason, I remember hearing myself growing when I was a child and feeling very uncomfortable in my body with the noise of that. I've broken my body many times, and I don't do that anymore, thank God, but I feel the pain of it still. How would you nudge someone?
It feels to you like we're talking about something different than what we're really talking about. And this is going to make perfect sense to you. If we could convince you, all of you, that if you hadn't given birth to a desire that you are denying, you would feel no pain. If you hadn't given birth to something that you were denying, there would be no resistance within you. So pain is evidence of desire that you are resisting. So if you could embrace it, accept it as a good thing, not a bad thing, you'd go a long way. That's really the path of least resistance. In other words, did you feel some resistance release just in the idea that pain only exists because there is desire that you are denying? Don't you like knowing that? If you hadn't launched a rocket of desire again and 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 again, and if the source within you was not standing in the knowledge, in the beingness of all of that, then your denying it couldn't happen if source wasn't standing there. So the very pain you feel, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain, the very pain you feel every single time is an indication of the greater part of you standing in a place that right now you're not letting yourself stand. So revel in where the greater part of you is standing, and it dissipates. But comparing yourself to where the inner being part of you stands, that's your painful place. We've been talking a lot about that today, even as we were talking about the steps. There's this belief that you've picked up along your physical trail that goes something like, I've got to be where I am, and I've got to admit why I'm here, and I've got to explain how I got here, and I've got to explain how long I've been here, and I've got to compare myself to everybody else and where they are. And we say blah 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 blah. You've missed the whole point. None of that is what you intended, you see.
That's interesting. It just cleared in me, because sometimes I feel I'm going too fast.
Take it from Esther. When she's driving, you only ever feel like you're going too fast if there's somebody in your way. And you're the only one who can ever be in your way.
Okay, because I love what my body allows me to experience.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
And so I guess I...
The other thing we want to say is that when you have something that you're experiencing in the moment, there is this desire or sometimes need to explain how you got there. And if you could give that up, it would really serve you. You're looking for some big reason for something, and there's not a big reason. It was that you didn't like the way that person drove, and you don't really like what that person's wearing, and you didn't like the way that person treated you, and you didn't like what this person said to you, and you didn't like this thought that you had, and you didn't like that memory that you had. In other words, it's a whole bunch of little trashy pieces that it's just like throwing little resistance on your trail, and after a while you start tripping over it, but you don't pay any attention until you trip over it, and then you want to talk about what you're tripping over, and we're saying it's a pile. You're tripping over a pile that had a lot of little pieces in it, and if you'll stop throwing the little pieces on the trail, they'll stop being a pile that you trip over. But humans just want to talk about the pile. Well, let's assign a name to the pile. Let's give it a diagnosis, or let's give it a person that's doing me wrong. You get what we're talking about? It's just all the little pieces that you've been throwing on all day, every day, and they weren't big, so you didn't feel them very strong, so you just kept throwing them on until they piled up, and after they piled up, then you tripped over them, then you noticed them, you see. Yeah. Our friend was talking earlier about clearing the path, or cleaning it up, or clarifying, and we've talked about things like that through the years. But today what we want to say is, rather than worrying about cleaning it up, just don't continue to add to the pile, because if you stop adding to the pile, it will dissipate, because it's a fresh pile every day. You're not bringing it. It went away while you slept. It went away while you slept. You recreate it every day. You go to work, stuff on the trail. Watch television, stuff on the trail. Watch that movie that terrified you, stuff all over the trail. Something in the movie reminded you of love gone bad, stuff on the trail. Then you trip over it and you say, oh, what is the meaning of this pile of crap?
Thank you. Yeah, I can see the attachment.
We say the meaning of it is that you build it up one little negative thought at a time, one conversation at a time. You just build it up and made a great big old pile, and then you tripped over it, and now you want, what's the meaning of this? The meaning of it is, don't keep doing it.
Thank you. Yeah, because I can see I came here with the question already, with the concept I'm attached to the pain body, you know, and so just let go of that meaning, right? Just let
it is our promise to you that as you do less and less and less of that throwing stuff on your path of least resistance, in time you'll have a clear path, mostly clear path, and there'll be enough momentum that even though you're going to continue to throw stuff there, because life is causing you to have new experiences, your momentum will be enough that you can overcome it. In other words, you're going fast enough. Esther knows this too. You can go through about any pile. Get enough speed and momentum, girth. She loved the monster bus for that reason. She knew she could run over anybody that was in her way. And they all seemed to know it too. She'd look in her rearview mirror as she was entering, and they just cleared a path for her. They knew. She was big. She was going